Here we're coming up on the road work outside of Isana Japanese restaurant. This section of road has been a problem the past few years. Last year it caved in just like this basically, and pretty much all they did was shove a bunch of dirt underneath it, and now they are actually, it seems like, paving it properly, but we'll see if this is another band-aid or if it actually, you know, serves the test of time next time there's another storm. Here's a picture-in-picture of before and after. So this is right after the storm in the smaller picture, and then currently, well, yesterday, as of this recording, this posting. And so they made a lot of good progress.
And now let me show you the area around ABC store. So here we are near the ABC store. I don't even know if they're open again. They were not earlier, or at the end of last week they weren't. There's still lots of mud here, as you can see. Dog park is still kind of gross. This place is open. So the ABC store is still not open. Yes, there are all locations nearby. We actually have been waiting for them to close this one down for good, because this happens every time. And anytime they have to shut down or if they lose power, all the refrigerated food needs to be thrown away. I think if they flood, then it's not just the refrigerated food that needs to be thrown away. So that's a huge waste of money. Now let's walk across the street and see, they try their best, but these little sandbags don't do much when there's 2-3 feet of water. So now let's see the canoe club, which we will be coming to on Sunday, February 16th, between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And we'll be volunteering to help remove some debris. Their beach is still not usable. They have another location. So if you are a member, then look at the website. They'll tell you where else to go. And if you're here, you don't have to be a member to come sign up to help. Everyone is welcome. Just bring gloves, and if you're able-bodied, then come help. Otherwise, wait until it's all safe and then come check it out when it's in its prime. Yeah, that does not look good at all. It's a lot worse than any time I've seen it here. Surprised all these trees are still standing, but they did lose trees, and apparently 3 of their boats are damaged. Wow. Oh, there's a little outdoor gym there. I didn't know about that. Been wondering where to find one. So, yeah. This is where all the canoes live. And as you see, we're going to have a lot of work to do here on Sunday. They said there's 2 sinkholes. I'm not sure if this is a sinkhole and this is a sinkhole, or how they characterize sinkholes, but yeah, there's going to be a lot to do. And wow, look at that palm tree. I guess they're going to try to save it, because it seems to be fine, just falling over. Very sad to see all this so destroyed, because so many people come here weekly, and it's a really great community, but they do have a second location. Some places are not as lucky and don't have second locations to fall back on whenever this happens. Here's some more views of the road. Oh! Okay, it's really scary that there's a crack there, because this road collapsed a little ways down. I'll walk to it. I don't know if they fixed it yet. It's also collapsed by the bridge that gets really muddy because it's in a place called Muddy Water, if you translate from Hawaiian. At least that's what someone said to us. Hazardous area, yes. Keep out. Or if you come, be safe. Now, all this was not like this. Anyway, under that road crack, not only is it dangerous because cars drive on it, and if the road is cracking and the sand is coming out, then, you know, someone could die and their car could end up in the ocean. But the water line goes right here. And the reason I know that is because all this was gone and we could see the exposed water line. It looks like they did cover it up here, but my husband is droning a little ways down, so hopefully he can show you a piece that they're still working on restoring. Although I think that was their priority, to fix the water line. think it was a little further. But all this sand looks new, so I think all this was brought here to cover up the water line. And it's still a mess. The whole beach is a mess. These are not a popular tourist beaches, so they just let them kind of stay like this, clean themselves up, which I honestly kind of like. I like my beaches a little more natural with all the... I like ocean's mess. I don't like human mess. Yep, so all this was either in the road or pulled into the ocean and they brought it back. Here, as you can see, more cracks. This must be where the hole was. Hopefully I can show side-by-side footage from last time when I was walking here. It was pretty bizarre. Like, it was dangerous because you could fall in if you walked too close. Because there was nothing under the road in certain places because it all got eroded. But they always take all the sand out of the road right away. That's what they seem to prioritize to avoid traffic. But way down this road, it's still closed. Anytime you see these little mounds on the sand, never walk on them. There's usually a path nearby. This is usually part of the restoration process. And obviously if you walk on it, it can move the sand, although the ocean does that anyway every once in a while. I don't think there's a tree that's supposed to be growing there. I think that tree came from elsewhere. It looks like the dog park is open again, which is good, but it's not well maintained and people who go there know, so it doesn't take a lot for it to open. It just can't be flooded too much. It's not safe for dogs to be in the floodwater. This cross is not related to the flood, at least not this flood this time around. But as you can see, this is probably from the flood. All the human trash, as I call it, cleaned up. And all that's left is the natural trash, and there's still so much. I honestly have no idea if they're planning on taking this away or just... As you can see, it doesn't seem to bother anyone much. We're all used to it, and the beach is still beautiful. Although I'm not sure if it's safe to swim here yet. It's winter, so I don't go swimming anyway, but the runoff, there's a lot of disgusting things in it. It ends up in the ocean for a while. One of the bad side effects of this whole flooding situation is the damage to the ocean and the pollution for ocean animals. So I just filmed a whole bunch of footage and it got deleted. But here we are on our friends, next to our friends where they live, on this road that always becomes a mud pit. And there's a lot of cars that seem to be still stuck. Some are probably totaled. It's a week and a half since the storm. I'll try to include some videos from day of, but as you can see where the mud is, that's where the water was. It looks like these cars... And it looks like a lot of these cars have not moved since. On our way down, we did see one car that seems to have gotten out. A lot of these cars were also stuck in mud, but not as bad as on this street. And the reason this street is so badly affected is that there's a gulch on either side of this road that was built over on, which causes this whenever it rains. So here... That car seems to have moved since. Good job, car. This one maybe. As you can see, there's branches under some of these cars. Like, a lot of branches. All the way up, tangled up in the tires. I was told that someone had their truck on this street, and they tried to move it because it was parked. But when the water was already here, when they tried to move it, and even though it was a truck, they totaled it by turning on the motor and tangling up all those branches inside it. We're getting to the car that I find the most fascinating. Private property. See this. A few nights ago when we drove by, most of the cars looked like this. So how do you even begin? You have to pull all that out by hand because driving on it isn't safe. It's from both sides. beginning to clear the paths. It looked like they even pushed the mud at the cars to make space on the road, which I'm sure people were not too happy about. Here's a car that got out. Here's a car that tried to get out. And as you can see, that's what happens. That one, quite stuck. Oh no, someone's fan. So here, someone was successful. I assume this came out of their car. Like I said, full of mud. All the way up to like the window. It was bad. So all this was under someone's car. And they managed to pull it all out. And up here, the sidewalk is still closed. So this is how it looks a week and a half later. Here they put a bunch of the mud from the road. At least it's being reused. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you, but I'm walking on mud too. There's just too much of it to put away. Oh, this poor car. Here's another big pile of soil. Hopefully it can be used safely on plants. The issue is that the water that comes down has a lot of pesticides in it, and you know, the sewage, it's like when it's raining, you're not even supposed to step in the water. It can be really unsafe. You can get all sorts of diseases if you have a cut on your foot. So if you do want to explore next time it floods, because it will flood again unless someone does something about it, make sure to wear waterproof boots. Wellies or something similar, but also be careful because sometimes potholes will form in places literally like this. And there was a crazy shot of some lady who had a 6-foot stick, and her entire stick fit in this sinkhole that you couldn't see until you fell in it, essentially. And she was reporting that people had been falling in it all morning, so it was in the middle of the sidewalk. Might have even been somewhere around here because this is where it got the worst. That might be why that sidewalk is closed, because there's a sinkhole. Human-sized depth sinkhole. Which, imagine, you fall in, you swallow that water, you struggle getting out, you hit your head. It's actually unsafe to go out whenever this is going on. And even though we do like to do it, we try to be really safe about it. And we try to not get into anyone's way because a lot of people are just trying to get home or save their cars from this. So yeah, life on Maui. And there's my hubby droning. Here's a crazy example. Look at that. Completely encased in there. And so is their front. And it's a very low to the ground car. So if the outside looks like this, and underneath is probably really bad too. Wonder what these people will do with their cars if they just leave them here. Oh, and it's a handicap license plate. Imagine if these people, that's why it's low. So they'll need help getting it out or fixed or thrown away. It's very sad.
I am Olena. This is Isaac.
And we are the TravelBugBite.
We met in Prague, Czech Republic,
Lived in Shanghai, China.
New York, and Rhode Island, USA.
And now we live in Hawaii.
We've traveled from Tibet to Puerto Rico.
Harbin to PP.
And drove cross country with Smiley in our Tesla Model 3.
Subscribe to follow our adventures. If you liked our video, don't forget to click the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Check out our videos from all around the world and let us know what you'd like to see next.
Thanks for watching!